you are going to need the latest version, which will be in the description below. And first of all, the Plushie Network Binary Client is a tool that I created using the FOS-BV library created by Able Gamer. And basically, I asked him if he could give me a sample. He made a sample for me, and I built off of that. So here we go. These are all the apps I've made, but the cool thing is you can actually make your own programs using the libraries I made. So, to access the library, you're going to need to open up ARMQM, or you could go to the little shortcut, but if you're going to use the binary client, in this case, so what you're going to need to do to access the development tool is you need to type in 530. I know it doesn't show on the list, but it's a secret code. And when you type in 530, it opens up this tool. And this tool says available libraries. Now you have the FOS-BV library. We're going to just type in 1 because that's the only library. If I add any more, if I make one or anything, and yeah. So, here's the credits. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you so you can understand. FOS-BV File Opener Ultimate Shortcut Beta Version Library was created by Able Gamer and is used by the Plushie Network bin tools. The FOS-BV Plushie Network SDK library was created by Plushie Studios. This library contains example scripts for you to use if you make new additions to your copy of the Plushie Network SDK. Then, you can create a program from that new service, section, or system. Before you can make your own tool with the tool chain, make sure you have all your stuff in c:/PlushieNet SDK 2.0/dir. If you do not have it installed there, all of the programs, including the tools you make, will not work. So I'm going to go ahead and press continue, and the library is now ready. So, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate to you. It says, if program notepad only opens one file, restart the program. And always remember to click save as, not save. Because if you click save as, you're going to have to go open up the backup. So, this is why this is here. It asks you if you would like to open the backup folder. In case you click save, you press 1, you go here, and then it opens up the backup folder, and then you'll just copy everything over to this folder, which is where all of your backups are. Now, see these text documents, they say _pnlib. You're gonna have to just edit them, and then copy all the code. Just open it, copy all the code, and edit these, and copy the code back in there, if that makes any sense for you. So we're gonna go ahead and close it. We're gonna have to type it back in. So 530, and enter. And we're back in. Let's choose 1. And now we're going to go ahead and skip the check if you would like to open the backup folder. We're going to press 2. And as you can see, it's starting it all up. Now, if this happens to you where there's only one file, but nothing is, if there's only one file and the other ones aren't there, all you have to do is just restart it, because sometimes it's a bug, and sometimes it won't open it all. And I'm not very good at programming with batch or anything. I'm not that very good at programming from scratch, but it's the best system I could do. And by the way, Programmer's Notepad is not my program. It's a free program. You can read the license in the lib/pn folder. So go to 2. And let's boot it up. And there we go. It's starting up. And this is my favorite part. It looks so beautiful when it does that. So, these are all of the libraries here. So you have ARM-PNLib, BedWars, Checklist, PNET, Shop Client, and everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and show you ARM. And we're going to compile some examples here. So you need to listen carefully. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in so you can see it better. Now, here we are. Here we are on ARM-PNLib. So, this is where it gets a little long. Okay, we're going to be compiling examples, and I'm also going to compile a example from scratch. So, this is just to give you an example. So, as you can see here in ARM underscore PIBLib, you have the text string over here, you have all the echo, you've got all of that text string. So, this just means to keep it at the bottom, so I just had to put this so it wouldn't show up. And there's a title, everything. And I left some little words here. This percents are little words to they're just to hide text, like for the command prompt to skip. So if you see percentage, that just means it's just an example, or it's just a notifier. That way it's easier to know where is what in the code. So here's where the start of the next script is, and this is where the file opener ultimate shortcut -bv library. This is how I built it off of, and basically just a shortcut, and then the text is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this. You have all your text strings on the top that shows when you open it, and then the next script when you shows choose something. So as you can see here, in set/p shortcut equals type and shortcut equals, and then you have the text that'll show up, and after that you can type in a number, and here's how this works. If, let's say, %result equals 1, which means if somebody put in a result shortcut and they put 1, then it would run this command, notepad.exe, whatever is over here. So you can make it do different things. It has to be a shortcut though. So basically, it's pretty simplistic. You just have to put the location. The location has to be in the C:\Plushie Net SDK 2.0/directory, and then whatever directories follow that. It has to be in this setup. It can't be in any other folder, or else none of this will work, because it always looks for C:\Plushie Network.SDK directory, and then whatever the other directories below that are, which main and whatever. That's how this works. It's pretty simple, and it's pretty easy. So, as you can see, you have all the results, and you can do a lot of different things, like if result 0 equals 0, you can make it exit, and all that. So, we're going to go ahead and scroll down here, and this is an example. This tells you what it does, but there's also a tutorial how to do stuff. So, I already know how to do this. I'm not going to follow the tutorial. We're going to copy this, and let's see. I'm just going to give you an example of something. You can do anything you want, really. So Control C, and I'm just going to give you an example. So let's say we want to have a little note here. We would put % and the note there, but I don't need to do that. So we're going to go ahead and type if. I'm going to type if %, and sorry if you see my face, I'm trying to type this in. % result % equals, let's say 111, something memorizable. Start let's say Chrome. No, let's do Paint. Let's just do Notepad. Notepad.exe. Okay, so now we have this, and what this is going to do is it's going to start Notepad, or if you have a location, for example, it would start it. But we're not gonna mess with that right now. We're just gonna do this. So you see over here, just go ahead and copy one of these. Now there's already examples on the bottom that you can copy from and then add. I recommend that you do that. Make sure you add it under here so keep it clean. Keep the exit on the bottom, and then just put 111, 111, and then let's type Notepad. Okay, there you go. And now, if you wanted to add anything else, yeah. Let's see. File, save as. Do not do save as. And you're going to go ahead and go to the directory where you have your um, the uh, the binary client. And there's a backup folder with all the original files if you need it. So we're going to go ahead and name this arm.cmd. And we're going to go ahead and arm.cmd already exists. Would you like to replace it? Go right ahead because there's the example. So now we've saved it as, we're going to close that. And let's go ahead and go to it. So we're going to open up ARM, and let's open it. So we can also play music, by the way. You can actually change the music. And if we go here, look, 111 notepad. And let's go ahead and type in 111. And there we go, notepad. So that's how you add extra to the text string. So remember, the top part is the text string. The bottom part is where the next script is, or the place where you get all the stuff at. So now we've done how to add to the ARM. Let's go ahead and move on to the checklist. I'm going to zoom in. And now, I'm going to just go through this. The checklist is just it's just a way that I could keep the list of commands stay there, because every time you go to start in CLS, the command list disappears. It does not reappear. That's why it says type 100 for list. So let's say you're going to put this your own version, your own plugins for the binary client. Let's say you're going to get it, put it out on the internet for other people to download. It would be nice if you edited the ARM and then edited the checklist.cmd files, because it's able to tell people what it refers to people what the command lists are. So first of all, this is the simplest of all right here. It just is a text string basically. So right here you have the list of codes, and as you can see you have all of them, and there's some tutorials like what to do with this, how to add to the menu, and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and copy this example. Make sure you remove all parentheses. Actually, no, you're fine. I'm going to press enter. I'm going to go ahead and control V. And we have a number and a name. So, remember we had Notepad? It would be nice if the user could know what it is. So, we're going to give them a number. Now, I would put it in order, but because this is an example, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to give you an example. So, 111. And remember, keep exit on the bottom. That way it looks better. And we're going to go ahead and type in Notepad. And go ahead and replace it once you're done. So, we now have our menu done, sorted out. And let's say we're not Plushie Network. Let's say we are, just to make it cool for you, let's say we're PackNet or something. And let's just rename it PackNet for no reason, in case you wanted to name it that. And let's go ahead and file save as. You can do whatever you want. You can rename stuff if you want. As long as the base code is still there, it'll work. You can add to it, whatever. You can do whatever you want, literally. So let's go ahead and cmd save. ARM, yeah. Go ahead and replace it. And let's go ahead and let's open her up. So, here it is, checklist. We're going to open it. And if you usually wouldn't want to edit You usually wouldn't want to open it by itself because some programs do not open properly. You have to open the pnet.cmd file in order for some of it to work. And as you can see, the title is PACnet command list, so there you go. And then the list of codes, and if we look down, 111 Notepad. See, so now, also if you press any key, it'll exit. But as you can see, 111 Notepad, now people know through your plugin that 111 is Notepad. Now you can, it's up to you if you need to do this. The plugin system is for anybody to use, so it really doesn't really matter. So we're done with that. Let's go ahead and close. And we're going to move on to, well, PNET is simple. It just opens up the ARM. If you're going to move around stuff, you might want to, change some things if you're going to move around stuff, but it's nothing you need to mess with. Shop client, same thing, and nothing much to mess with. And the zombie thing is just for the zombies minigame, so there's nothing to mess with that unless you're going to add XML files to that. But this is where we have some fun here. This is the source right here. This is the source. This is the core of basically Plushie Network right here, and this is the base script that Able Gamer built for his program, and I tested his program, and I looked at the code, and I was like, well, this is really cool. Do you mind if I use it for my program that I'm thinking about making? And that's how it all spiraled from there. This is how you make your own plugins right here, or programs, whatever. And you can make different locations, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. But really, all this is just a forwarder. It's just a shortcut program. That's all the Plushie Network Binary Client really is. It's just a really easy way to get people to host Plushie Network, their own Plushie Network service. And it really makes things easy. I think this is a lot better than going around a bunch of folders. So, we're going to go ahead and make an example script out of it. And I'm going to do the at color 1F. And that's the color I use for my binary client because I just like to use it. And remember, add echo off is only if you are going to do this part. You don't need echo off on the top because then it starts messing with stuff. Only have add echo off, and after add echo off, do not put any more add echoes or else you're going to break stuff. So be very careful. So we're going to mess around with this. So let's go ahead and I'm going to remind you that at title or anything with at means it's going to be hidden. So let's make this title test test maker, because why not? And we've done that, so we have a title. And let's say we want to have a list of words. Let's just have a word. A, alright, and then this is just a demonstration what you can do with this. B, go, C, and let's make dash 1, dash 2, and dash 3. So, we have A, B, and C, and we're just going to make all of these the same program. We're just going to make them Notepad, and actually, no, we can do some other stuff, though. So, we have our list here. We have A, which is 1, B, which is 2, C, which is 3. You don't use letters. It doesn't work, because if you use letters, it just closes the program. So, we have A, B, and C. So, now, all you have to do is, let's say we want to show another message just to be cool. We'll make a pause. Make sure you put an at. And let's just make it to where we're just fooling around right now. At color 0A at echo. Kind of hard to type because I don't want to hit the camera by accident. At echo, I'm a hacker. then we can make at pause, and then at color 1F. And I'm just making a demonstration for you. And there you go. There you go. And let's make 1, 2, and 3 are these guys. Except I'm gonna make this calc. Here you go. And remember, when you do this, you need to keep pause, CLS, go to start. Unless if it's a program that closes after you type in something, get rid of pause, CLS, go to start, and then get rid of start here, because then it loops the command. It loops the command from start to go to start, and it just keeps on going back and forth every time. So that's only good if you're making programs that go back and forth. But if it's a program where as soon as you type in the number and then it closes, you need to get rid of these guys and get rid of this guy. So everything should be fine, and let's go ahead and file, save as. We're going to go up here, and we're going to go to let's just make it src.cmd, and then save. And let's go and test it out. Let's see if it works. Let's see, refresh. Alright, so here it is, SRC, our good old buddy. Let's open it, see if it works. Oh, here we are. Uh-oh. Okay, so we have the title right here is Test Maker. As you can see, that title. You got A-1, B-2, B-. It might be hard to see. Oh, here we go. Green text, I'm a hacker, how are you? And now type an equation requested for the shortcut. Now you can change that text very simply by, after that equals and set/p shortcut, you just put whatever text and just make sure there's no sideway boxes anyway. Type the equation for the requested shortcut. Let's type in 1, and press any key to continue. Didn't seem to work. It's calculator. Okay, there you go. You see? There's calculator. It's not going to work because this computer is trash right now. Let's go ahead and put in 2. 2. And you see how I said it loops from the start, and then 3. And let's see what, paint. Oh, here we go. Paint. There you go. So that's just an example of what you could do. You could put anything you want in between, as long as the base, script here is here. So there you go. That is how to make your own plugins for the Plushie Network Binary Clients. And it's a pretty simplistic thing. I developed it. I mean, it's really not very smart. How should I say? It's pretty simplistic, but I have very little resources when it comes to programming, and I wanted to make a program to make it easier to do stuff. So I did some, I remember I used to mess around a lot with command prompt, and I just took some stuff, and then I also used some of the code from my good old friend AvilGamer for this program, and none of it would have been possible without him, so go ahead and give him a big thanks. And AvilGamer is he's very active in the Plushie Network community. He's a moderator for my Universe Plushie Network server, Discord server. So thank you very much for that, AvilGamer, and thanks for developing this and allowing me to use this code. Anyway, I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and hopefully you're able to make something out of this, because it's simple, but it's effective. You can do some stuff with this library. Anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.